are back from our break, and we're just gonna do a quick intro to Dylan, since he's gonna be my pretty much my movie review guy now at this point, since he's the one that I have the most structure with this nonsense.
What's up, everyone?
So the first podcast we had Nick go through his top 5 movies of all time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you to do the same. And this is just a personal thing. It doesn't have to be like, hey, these are actually like critically good movies. Like your personal top 5, and you can also include in your top 5. One choice can be an entire franchise if you'd like. And then you just got to get into it.
Damn. All right. So I'm gonna have to say.
Yeah, no, this is hard because I put you on the spot with this
You
one.
did.
Nick and I think
Right
Nick
out.
was on the spot. I had time to think, and I still couldn't really think of a good top 5. Well, my top 5 was alright, but
That is because you got to pick out 5 things.
yeah.
And let's see. Well, I'm just gonna have to get it out the way because, like, if this isn't on the list, there's something wrong with me since it's tattooed on my body at this point. But and you're saying if I could go with a franchise?
Yeah, franchise.
So 28 days later and 28 weeks later.
Yeah,
like right out
that's
the gate.
good.
I am a huge zombie infected type guy because 28 days later, I'm pretty sure we've all come to isn't a zombie movie.
No, it's not.
an
They're
infection.
infected. It's almost kind of like
rage.
the same argument they had with I Am Legend.
Yeah, it's like an enhanced rabies essentially.
Yeah.
They got it from monkeys and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it was it. You know what's funny? So I mean, this is just an off the cuff discussion.
Yeah.
So it's like we're gonna go wherever. So Marvel actually released a new Alien comic today, or yesterday, and I just read it. And it's not bad. There's some derivative parts. So it follows like this Marine that went through an ordeal with the aliens, and now he's suffering from PTSD. Kind of. He's retired and he's trying to re-enter the world. And his son is like this activist that's against Weyland-Yutani from cyber warfare and all this other shit. And they pull a fucking 28 days later, like these activists break into Weyland-Yutani and accidentally
for xenomorphs
and let loose a xenomorph on a space station that's orbiting Earth. Which, by the way, I mean, I have some gripes with the comic, but it's like I mean, and I know it's the future, but is it really that easy just to like hop like a space shuttle and just go to a space station at that point? I don't know.
Even like with
and also, but
damn, bro, 28 days later they were monkeys in a lab. Like,
well, here's the thing.
I
They
can do that.
They were
crap
going in there
myself.
thinking the facility was for cyber warfare and
Okay.
like manipulating like people's personal devices and shit. So they were going to blow that up. But then they go in and they see like clearly they're making alien clones and things like that.
Okay.
And then they go, oh shit, I guess this is like bio warfare or whatever. And obviously, and these guys are trigger happy as fuck because like as soon as they open the door, this bitch just blows like the guy's brains off, and they're pretty graphic with it. It's pretty dope. But like, you immediately hate these activists, which I don't know if there's like a message they're trying to put out there or something, but I immediately don't like these activists, and like. So the lady's like, okay, I can't. You guys don't know what you just did. Like you guys, and she like says like this code and locks down the whole facility, and she gets shot. But behind her was a tube with a face hugger.
Oh, wonderful.
And then shit happens.
Fucking activists.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, I'm reading this, and also like at the beginning, like. The guy is having flashbacks of him in his little cryo tube, and on the tube it says alien inside, and I just kept thinking Walking Dead inside. So I'm just like, this is drawing from a lot of zombies things right here. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Which I mean, I'm okay with. I got to see where the story goes. I'm a little iffy on it, but whatever. But yeah, so 28 days later, 28 weeks later, that's your number one. Well, not number. There's no really sequence of favorites and whatever.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
It's just how fast that virus hit you and the way you like reacted to it and what it did, it just made you completely like primal. It was literally just like enhanced rabies pretty much like at this point. And it also, what I think the movie did a good job was just showing like true human nature and just like how cruel and what people do when there's like no law. And it really just like comes down to like you having to survive and like Just like, the military guys, complete scumbags, were just putting out those radio calls to try and lure all the women in.
Yep. And what I liked also about the second one, it really shows like the extent of how bad it is if you're in a quarantine situation like that, where it's like, I'm sorry, you cannot get off this island. Like we have to get rid of
and
you.
then how quick it spread.
Yep.
Like it just went from that one girl, everyone he touched in that path he infected, and once he got into that parking garage at the bottom.
And I like they added the whole thing with the kid is it's just a carrier.
Oh, he could only carry it, but nothing ever happened to him. He had the two different eyes to show that, because he did even get bit in the movie, and you were waiting for him to turn, but it didn't happen. His eye just changed color.
Yep.
That was it. Yeah, no, I love the 28 Day, 28 Weeks Later movies for sure, and I've always wanted a third one.
They're still saying it's up in the air.
It's been more, I think, up in the air recently. Like, I want to say I heard some more fuzz and, like, talk about it, like, a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for the longest time, like, it was just definitely not going to be a thing.
Well, it wasn't like it was the director and the writer didn't want to work with each other.
Yeah, if they pretty much, like, if they didn't work together, I don't think the movie would be made. And if they do agree to work with each other, they'll probably make it. I could be wrong. I mean, people might destroy me for saying that. I don't know. But
I mean, whatever.
That's what I last heard. This was a few years ago also. Other than that, I mean, let's see. I'm going to have to cheat and go with another series and say the Dead. Like, you got Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
Dawn of the Dead.
That's
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, that's good.
I will say I was just not happy with Land of the Dead at all.
I thought it was entertaining. It was really fucking campy. Really B movie. Like, it was. But, like, I know the other ones were too, but this one.
There was just something about it.
It had a sci-fi channel feel to it.
Yeah. I just. Least favorite one out of all of them. And then
really? So you liked Survival of the Dead more than.
Survival of the Dead, that's when the National Guard
go to the island.
Yeah, man, I like that one.
I
only watched it once. I'd say I only watched it the one time. I do remember I enjoyed it that one time. I think main reason that really drew me into it and like caught me was the fact that you got to see a story of someone that was in Diary of the Dead, because you saw from the kid's point of view the National Guard guys, and then you got to see what happened to the National Guard guys in a whole separate.
Yeah, in another story, spin-off.
Yeah, I liked how they did that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately we can't get any more because George Romero's gone, but
apparently he had like scripts laying around, man. So
yeah, but I don't think anyone's gonna adapt them, or maybe I don't know.
I think
maybe
I think he has a son.
Does he direct?
Possibly.
I'll look into this.
I don't know. Someone look up. He also has, like, obviously, like, most people only know George Romero, I think, for his zombie movies, but he does have other.
Creepshow, right?
Was it Creepshow?
I think he was Creepshow. Double check this. So
I know he did another one. I know he did another one that was kind of like an anthology series, but I don't know. I forget what the name was.
Creepshow. Yep, George A. Romero. That's him.
All right, that's pretty awesome. I actually did not know that.
Yeah, but no, he's really good. But all right, so what's your? We're at 3. Yeah, we're at 3.
All right, so curveball. I'm obsessed with Lone Survivor. I think Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor. Which
no, damn, I already messed that up. I apologize. Lone Survivor, yes, great movie. That's the movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. They
get pretty much stranded and have to fight off enemy forces with no support because comms and all that just went down.
Yeah.
Real life story. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, like they all get murked except for him, right?
The one guy, yeah. And
well, that's the
even
fucking point of the movie.
Even the rescue parties, man, they sent in I think some helicopters and they got shot down.
Oh shit.
But no, that 13 Hours is the one that I'm obsessed with.
I don't think I saw that one.
Once again, another war story that happened. It's with contractors who were overseas.
Who started in that?
Jim
Ah, yeah, no, okay, I
Krasinski,
didn't see that one.
and I don't know his
The other
acting
guy from
name,
The
but
Office.
Roy from The Office. So I like to joke that, they worked their differences out, picked up his second job doing some sketchy stuff, and went overseas doing some contractor military work.
Oh
But
god.
no, that movie, man, I'm telling you, I could watch that like every single day. The
Really?
action, it's insane from like start to finish. It's like a siege movie essentially. They're getting attacked for 13
Okay.
hours straight over the night, and
I
just
got
like
it.
trying to, and like they can't get any support or anything. It's just them and the CIA compound they're defending. Um, Once again, that is also a real life story.
Yeah.
It's that happened in what, Benghazi, I believe.
Benghazi?
Yeah.
Was that what it was about?
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, that's another favorite one of my movies. Just the action and the filming and everything in it is wild. Like I just war and like horror movies, man, I'm just completely drawn to them for some reason.
Yeah, that's fair. It's your MO.
Um
So we're at 4.
Now I need to start thinking.
Yep.
Now we're getting cuz that was easy. Damn, I don't know. You talk about a favorite movie.
I mean, if we're gonna go into like war movies and stuff, because I did my top 5 already with Nick, but if we're gonna go to war, I think my favorite war movie to come out in the past like decade, and it's very close to, is the 1917. I think it's called
Yes, right?
1917. The one that's all, yeah, the
1917.
one that's all in one shot.
That movie was insane.
That movie was
The filming was amazing.
fantastic.
How they did that.
The soundtrack was
sound-
insane
yeah.
too. Like when he's walking through
Took-
at the end, running through the like, I don't know if it was a graveyard, but the way the lighting was, because the flares were going and just the music. Oh my god, it's beautiful, so fucking good. But that was tied for me with also Fury. I really like Fury too.
Okay, I've actually never seen Fury.
You've never seen
And
Fury?
I know a lot of people are probably gonna get mad at me for saying
I'm
that.
surprised that you
and
haven't
that-
seen Fury.
Yeah, but I really do need to see that.
It's
Everything
fucking good.
I've ever heard about it was good. I've never heard a negative review about that movie,
It's
so I definitely need to.
I'm not gonna
Definitely
spoil
have to
anything,
watch
but
that.
beautifully shot. The acting is phenomenal. The soundtrack is
The cast
ins-
is amazing too.
The cast
right?
is awesome. The cast is fantastic. Like Michael Pena, I think that was Michael Pena's best role ever. Because like honestly, he's just usually the comedy guy or just the annoying comedy guy in a lot of stuff. And like yeah, he's the what you call it, Ant-Man's friend in Ant-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
I forgot his name in Ant-Man, but he's really fucking good in that. They all are. It's fantastic, and it really shows like they really do get it, because it's only like it's like just a small event that happens. It's not so much like this overdrawn war story.
It's just kind of like a one siege
Yeah.
or like a
No, it's more or less like
attack.
it's about this tanker crew, but you really just follow like the new guy that steps in for just a
Okay.
little bit, and then just so happens like, he's kind of like a lone survivor kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Got it.
But it's kind of his like this is his coming into war. So and
Okay.
it's really good, and like you see him like he fucks up, like people die because, you know what I mean? Like it's really good. But I
Definitely
think
gotta check that
1917
movie
I think beats it out a little bit more, just because
Okay.
it's just that struggle of that one guy and how bad it was
out.
back
The movie
then.
flipped too for me. I mean, I know it's probably been out long enough with spoilers, but like
Yeah.
I did not expect who I thought the main character was
oh
was
yeah,
to eat it.
Yep.
He ended up getting killed
And it
trying
was-
to be nice.
And it was so like,
and it was just like it just happens. Just like I guess how like
but
war is.
that's the thing. It's so realistic.
It just happens. And,
Because like
you
the
know,
way he actually started dying and stuff, it's like, wow, this is actually kind of how it would be.
Yeah, he's like,
Like he's
scared.
like, yeah, then he starts
knew it was
hallucinating, like
happening.
what
Yep.
happened, and then eventually just drifts away, and it's like, that's insane. And also just like, so like there's a point in the beginning too, like I mean I guess this is almost like a de facto just retrospect on this movie, but like the guy had like injures his hand, and his hand is just going into like corpses and like shit water, and like he probably has Like
Oh,
he's
yeah, the
either losing that
infection,
hand or
yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah, because like back then, especially out in the warfield and everything,
That was like
you
the
didn't have
biggest
the
thing in World
meds.
War One was like a lot of disease.
Yeah.
Like trench foot was a really bad thing where people would
Oh
lose
yeah,
limbs
that
and
was
shit.
like
Yeah.
one of the worst stuff back then, right?
Yeah, and
Because it was all trench warfare too.
Yep. And that movie completely captured like just the claustrophobia, like when he was in the tunnels and the thing caved in, and just fuck, man. No, that's good.
Great movie.
Yeah. Do you think of a number 4?
So number 4, yeah, it's an old one, and I know like I'd probably regret it if I didn't say it. The Faculty.
Oh, good pull.
Listen, man, The Faculty was an amazing movie.
Robert Rodriguez directed that.
Okay.
And,
It had the cast was great. They were all young. Like, I feel like none of them
Josh
really
Hartnett.
took off.
Who was Josh Hartnett? Oh, Elijah
Wood
Wood
was in it.
Pre-Frodo Elijah Wood.
I was just talking about the girl the other day. She was also in, I believe, The Ghosts of Mars. She is the goth girl who ends up with the jock at the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard you talking about. She was
Clay
also,
Duvall.
Yeah, she's in a lot of them. She's also in Girl Interrupted too.
Okay.
And a few other movies too.
You had
She's all that. She's actually
the guy
in that
from
too.
Terminator 2. T-1000, Robert Patrick.
Oh, yeah, he plays the football coach.
Yeah, that scene when they're all freaking standing out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the water's coming down on them.
And they're just like absorbing the water in their faces.
Oh my god, that movie was amazing.
I mean, the CGI back then wasn't great, but it didn't really matter at that point.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was just that one time you saw the giant monster at the end. All the other CGI was really not a big deal in my opinion.
It really is a good movie because you know what it is? It's one of those like it's not a teen slasher. It's like they took a teen horror movie, but instead they did like a body snatchers horror.
Well, it's a lot like
because it's a
now
teen
I'm gonna blank
horror
out on
flick. That's what the point of it is.
I'm gonna blank out on the freaking movie name, but it's the movie where they brainwash the kids to be like perfect students.
Oh, I love that movie. Disturbing Behavior?
Disturbing Behavior.
I fucking love that movie.
It reminds me of like that, except, this one had the alien entity instead of it being the parents and the school and all that.
I got you. That was a great movie. That was actually my introduction to...
I watched that a couple of years ago, rewatching that one.
Yeah, my favorite is that stoner guy, like Nick Stahl.
Yep.
He's so good. That's my introduction. It sucks because he hasn't had a role like that ever since. Like every other role I've seen him is just kind of like a throwaway role. Like he was John Connor in Terminator 3 and he wasn't that great in that. And like he wasn't that great.
I try not to honestly pay attention to any Terminator size for 1 and 2.
I mean, the last one wasn't totally terrible. They tried taking it a different...
They screw with the timelines.
No,
right?
yeah, basically they're just saying, hey, look, you guys fuck with the timeline so much at this point. This is what's happening now. It's not about you guys anymore. Like John Connor, Sarah Connor, it's not about you guys anymore. You guys are in the mix, but it's not about... Like, the savior now is like this little girl or whatever now.
Okay.
So, but it's not bad. And they do bring back Arnold, and there is a weird relationship with Arnold and the Sarah Connor. Because she's in the whole movie, like the old one.
She hates him, right? Isn't she trying to get rid of all of those Terminators?
Because they keep coming.
Okay.
It's actually not a bad movie. You should check it out. I mean,
I like that she's back in it, and she's like,
you know what
badass.
it is? I don't like how they not like that they replaced John Connor, but I don't like the girl that replaced John Connor. I don't care that it's a girl. It's just that you look at her like the actress, and you're just like, I can't. Like, I can't really see it. And also, like, they don't give her a lot to do.
She doesn't fit the character.
Yeah, almost.
Like herself.
Yeah, it's almost like when I watch Nick Stahl try to be John Connor because they do, like, a flashback where they have, like, the scar makeup on him and shit, and he's like, I'm like, that looks corny as fuck. And then, like, and this girl's like, I don't know. I just didn't like that. Maybe if they picked, I don't know, I guess a stronger-looking actress or something. Like, I don't know. Because even in the first Terminator, like, Sarah Connor, like... I'm like, I could see her being, like, eventually,
Well, yeah, she was like, what, a waitress or something, right?
Yeah, she was a waitress.
She worked a hard life or something like that?
She was a waitress. She was living a normal, like, life.
Okay.
She was in, like, her early 20s or whatever, and then this shit happens. But, like, by the end of the movie, she's, like, empowered or whatever. She kills the Terminator herself. Like you're with her on this. Like
Yeah.
you know that she's gonna be like the badass.
She's like one of the original badass girls.
Yeah, like next to
out there.
Ripley.
Next to Ripley. I feel like there's another one out there. There's a lot of final girls.
Yeah, but but the actress, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, it's worth checking out. It's better than Salvation.
Okay. That's with Christian Bale, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great.
That movie was garbage.
It's not great.
I like watched it and just I couldn't follow it or pay attention to it. Not because it confused me. It was not enjoyable to me.
Shit. But yeah, the faculty's number 4, right? So
Yeah.
last one, number 5.
This is tough. This is hard.
I'm actually surprised you haven't mentioned one yet. You want me to help you out?
I mean, you can drop it.
Halloween.
You're not wrong. Halloween, I worship that movie. I watch it like every October, the entire series. That is all
I'm
right.
surprised that wasn't number 1 for you.
This is what I mean.
I'm
This is
glad
why
you went
it's
with the one
hard.
you got tattooed on you, because that makes sense.
I mean, that was gonna be tattooed on me soon as well. But like, see, this is why it gets down to like hard, because like people are gonna laugh at me, but I would almost say Scream at a point, only because that's my generation, man. Like
That's true.
That
That is true.
I'd love like it's campy. I know it's
The
it's
first
all
one's
the meta.
classic, though.
It
Yeah,
is,
yeah. It's the commentary
and
on the
that's,
teen
like,
slasher.
the point of it and all that. But dude, I love the Scream series, each and every one of them. I even watched the MTV show and all that. The first 2 seasons matched up. The third season was its own complete own thing. It was darker the third season. I don't know if it was better. It's definitely
saw
more
the
for
series.
teens, bro. It's I probably shouldn't have wasted my time with them, but I enjoyed them. I don't care. I'll take all the judgment you want to throw at me.
I do like what they did with the 4th one.
Yeah,
The 4th one was a really cool way to kind of revamp it.
that I really enjoyed the 4th one and how they did it, and I'm very excited for what could happen with the 5th one that they're working on right now.
Is it still in the works?
Oh, it's definitely still in the works. It's definitely finalized. They have the whole cast. It's I believe it's the original surviving cast, and if the rumors that I hear and certain tweets and such that have been deleted in the past by certain people, certain players might be returning that were supposed to be dead.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Who do you? I'll drop it, but I want to see if you know who I'm talking about.
Matthew Lillard's character.
Yes, Stu. So
Yep.
Stu is the only one who, like, listen. Yes, he had a TV dropped on his face that electrocuted him. Okay, in real life, you're dead. Like, okay, especially like we're talking about this was the 90s still,
Yeah.
right? This wasn't even the 2000s.
No, there's
So,
a
like,
tube TV that
this
fucking
is not a
crushed your
flat
face.
screen, kids. Like this will kill you. You're gonna hurt your back when you pick it up. Like, so this was dropped
shit.
on his face, plugged in, and electrocuted him.
And wasn't he stabbed already a bunch?
So him and Billy stabbed each other, so they can look like they were victims as well. They were shallow stabs, but Stu was crying that his stab was deeper, and he was a little upset. He was being a bitch.
It's actually really funny. It's like, dude, I'm kind of like blacking out
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here, man.
You can tell that Stu was definitely the manipulated one in that movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Once again, should have been dead. He did not have your finalized movie death for like
True.
a killer. Like Billy got back up, shot in the face. I believe the same crap happened in Scream 2. She got back up and shot her again. You know, he was wearing a bulletproof vest in the 3rd movie. And they kept shooting him and shooting him and shooting him, and finally someone just shoot him in the damn head. Like,
yeah, right.
But Stu did not have a finalized death, and it's also, from what I heard, one of the filming sequences is at Stu's house.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, there was rumors that off screen he went to jail and he's been locked up or something like that, or just in hiding and everything.
I gotcha.
Other people have like talked about possibly Scream is more of a cult because it's like,
Oh, so like go the
why
Mike
are
Myers route?
so many people trying to just like, they all have these weird attachments to her and everything. The last one is the most 2020 attachment ever. You just want fucking social media likes.
Yeah,
Like,
I really
Jesus
like what they did
Christ.
with that,
It's
and
very for the generation.
yeah, and like I also like how they brought back the whole like, yeah, no, let's just stab each other, and the bitch is like, nah, he just starts shanking the
Yeah.
dude.
And just, yeah, like very, you have to be number one. There's no teamwork back then. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm the alpha. Like, sorry, I used you the whole time too.
Yeah, no,
But,
that was good. That's good.
damn, like, but I'm still sitting here like, Halloween's amazing. Let's see.
Yeah, but I mean that's a classic though. It's weird because like Halloween and like Friday the 13th, if you watch them, they're pretty low budget movies, and it's like these are the B slasher movies that made it to
Yeah.
actually being like
Well, yeah, 'cause
real.
there's a sleepaway camp out there.
Yeah, like because if you look at the first Friday the 13th too, it's like it's very sleepaway campish.
Yes. My only issue with the first Friday the 13th is just how dark it is.
Yeah.
Like the whole like it was shot at nighttime. Like
Yeah,
it's
they
a
probably-
nighttime
yeah.
movie. It's scary, that's how it's supposed to be. I get it, but like literally just pitch black scenes like the whole time in my opinion. Maybe I have a crappy TV, but I don't
no, I
think
think
that's
they
the
just
case.
didn't know how to light it properly.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, and the cool thing with Halloween is there's so many like because I really get into Halloween a lot, like how you said this should
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
It's my number 5. Fuck, I love Scream, but fuck Scream. This
Yeah.
is my number 5. Like
all right.
Halloween, because like how it doesn't. They're not all connected. Yeah, there's like a shit ton of Halloween movies, but they're not all connected.
How did you like the new one?
I really enjoyed the new one.
Okay.
I thought it was a cool take, and I'm really pissed off I had to wait an extra year for the sequel to come out. Now, I was upset because I was told that this was its finale. This was the finalization of Michael, like, and all that. And we all know that's not going to happen. Like even with these next 2 movies,
I hope that the original director and writer doesn't attach himself to it. If they do, just let the studio fail on their own. Because I really enjoyed what they did with the new one. Because there was a lot of things about it that were just that added to the creepiness. Where it's like I think the one that really like bugged me the most was the fact that no one in the suburbs really like has a security like anything, you know what I mean?
Nah,
Or
that
locks their
scene,
doors.
man.
He just walks through everywhere.
That first scene, it's like leveling up in a video game.
Exactly.
It's like level 1, hammer. Level 2, knife. Level 3.
Oh
this
my
guy was
God,
just
you know, it's
walking
true.
into houses, upgrading his fucking weapon. Like, all right. And, like, it was cool. So the big difference with this one is, so, I don't know. I feel like most people should know it, but for those who aren't diehard fans, this Halloween cancels out every single Halloween that happened except for the original Halloween. So like Halloween 2 didn't happen. Halloween 3, obviously, that's a whole different story.
Season of the Witch, right?
Season of the Witch, because Halloween was supposed to become an anthology, but people were not happy when Michael didn't show up in Halloween 3, so that's why he was brought back in 4.
Oh, I got you.
Because it just did so much better. Even
Okay.
though Halloween 3, I've heard like I've only watched it once. I didn't like it, but I heard it was good. But
I never seen it, but like it has something to do with like a cult of Mike Myers, right?
it's with like witches, I believe, and these masks that these kids put on. But there's like warlocks and witches, I believe, in the movie.
That's weird.
Like I
Okay.
said, I watched this back when I was probably like 12. So again, if I'm wrong about that, I'm wrong about that. But
All
I'm pretty sure it was like warlocks and witches. I have to rewatch that. I haven't watched that for a very, very long time. But yeah, so the new Halloween is a direct sequel to the original Halloween.
Okay.
And then Halloween 1 and 2 can coincide with 4 and 5, or Halloween and 6 also. So Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, they all coincide with each other. And fun fact, Paul Rudd, his first movie, which like debatable. I think it was like 3 or 4 months time difference of Clueless and Halloween 6.
Halloween
so
6.
Paul Rudd's first movie is actually Halloween 6, where he plays Tommy, the little boy who was babysat in the first movie, and now he's like a grown-up creeper who window watches girls.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, so Paul Rudd, Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd, Ant-Man's a fucking creeper.
It was great. And then those movies don't coincide with Resurrection and H2O and those, because Jamie Lee Curtis died off camera in 4 in a car accident.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they bring it up loosely, and the little girl who...
Oh, so then... Oh, okay. So I never saw it. So H2O wasn't when she ate it then.
She eats it in Resurrection.
Oh, Resurrection, that's
in
it.
that. But in order for those movies to make sense, you have to watch Halloween 1 and 2, and then H2O and Resurrection.
Jesus.
So you have to omit 4, 5, and 6 if you want to watch it from that timeline. There's actual timelines, like, or not like timelines, but dimensions, I guess you would say. I don't know, like
I think timelines is probably the best way to put it.
Okay, yeah. So because she dies off camera in 4. That's why she's not in 4, 5, and 6. And that little girl, I forget the actress's name, but she's actually in your freaking favorite garbage over here, Hatchet. And she was brought back as the friend in Rob Zombie's Halloween. She plays the good friend.
Oh, okay.
Who gets stabbed and lives, and then gets stabbed and murdered in this sequel.
Oh God.
I loved Rob Zombie's first one. The second one was, I don't know what.
I remember liking the first one a little bit. I definitely liked the
I enjoyed it
because
you had the background of him growing up, and it was cool. Like, it was cool watching him become him, even if it really like didn't add to the original movies. It's just nice to kind of like, now you have like a picture image in your head instead of like thinking, oh, well, what happened over those like 20 years where he was just dormant, or however many years it was, you know? Oh yeah, and they also make him in like 6, like he's like in a cult and all this stuff, and it's some old ruin thing where it's like in each family, like this activates in the family, and he has to kill the entire bloodline. And that's why he's like been so diehard after these people. Oh, because the little girl in 4 and 5, because I digress, I apologize, is I believe the niece or the daughter of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Really?
Yes. That's why he's after her, because she's a relative.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And fun fact, it was removed from Halloween H2O because they were going to play a fact that Jamie Lee Curtis faked her death to escape Michael Myers and moved out and had her new life with Josh Hartnett as her son. And they actually apparently had written a scene in that where someone comes into class while she's teaching with an article that says so-and-so was murdered, which would have been her daughter, and she was supposed to have like this horrible reaction and run out of the classroom like hysterical, finding out that Michael figured out who her daughter was and killed her because she gave her daughter up for adoption to like not be involved in this lifestyle and everything. So, and then they never even offered the actor from 4 and 5 the role in 6. They recasted her because they didn't want to pay her, and all these reasons. I think it had to do with her getting emancipated because she was still underage at the time, and she had to like sign all this paperwork to work a certain amount of hours. And the whole process, like, they didn't want to deal with it, so they just recasted her for 5. It was like a 5-minute part 2 because she dies in like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And it was like really, you couldn't just let her like do the role for 5 minutes?
No, they didn't want to deal with it.
No, they just recasted her.
They didn't want to do it.
But you know, Rob Zombie let her play as a character, kind of like an ode to her in the future, which was pretty cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, those
top 5
were my top 5.
All right, we're gonna do one last thing, and this is where the unpleasantness comes in. Worst movies, and we'll only do 3 this time.
The Village. I fucking hate that movie.
Wow, that was quick. That was like lightning quick. Jesus Christ.
The biggest waste of time.
You know what? Let's do 5. We're going to do 5. We're going to be this fucking quick about it. All right, let's go.
You know, I was like hyped up on that movie. I heard a lot about it. I probably waited a couple years before I seen it. It was when like M. Night Shyamalan was like a big deal and everything. Like he was putting out all these cool movies, and I watched it, and dude, I was so angry. I
Did you see it in
walked to the
theaters?
library. Nah. I walked to.
Okay,
I
good,
saw it
good,
because
good.
I saw it afterwards.
Okay,
like,
good.
so I rented it from the library, but I was just like, holy crap! Like, it's trash. Like I don't, and I think a lot of people like that movie, and like
Nah, the
don't-
twist is stupid.
I
as
don't
fuck.
get it, and it was just it pissed me off so much.
Yeah, this is kind of one of the start of Shyamalan's decline.
Okay, yeah,
Really, because I mean, when did Signs come out? Like
think
a
it
little bit
was
before that one?
I think it was
Signs
before.
was really when it started going downhill. I hated The Village too.
The Village pissed me off.
And then
I've always wanted to say that out loud, so that's why that was like
There's,
ready
like,
to
there's
come out
years
the
of
gate.
repression.
Like, that was just pent up, man. Like that movie really pissed me off.
Oh shit.
I don't know why.
No, it's a fair like, if you hate that shit, you hate that shit. I'll let you clean out the aquarium right now. But no, I mean I'll go off about Shyamalan. Honestly, Shyamalan didn't really put anything out good, and I think he finally nuked it when he did Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then after that he really didn't make a good comeback until. Did you ever see The Visit?
Yes, I love The Visit.
It's a good movie. I liked it. And you know what it is? I didn't know it was Shyamalan until after I saw the movie.
That was a great movie. It was fun. It was creepy. It made you a little more scared of old people.
It's like, do they have dementia or are they just insane and want to kill me?
And that was I remember seeing the trailer and just remember her like, "Hey, can you clean the oven for me? Like get inside and clean it." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
oh god, like there's a part. I mean, spoilers for all this, but like there's a part at the end where the kid's like a germaphobe,
yeah,
and the grandpa like has shit diapers everywhere and just constantly shitting himself, I guess, and he just
keeps them in like the shed.
Oh, it's so gross. But anyways, that was like the
Smears
start
it all
of,
over the kid.
That was the start of his comeback, and then Split 2 is pretty good too.
I love the what it's was it Unbreakable?
Unbreakable, yeah.
Because it's a trilogy.
Yeah, Unbreakable, Split,
Just,
and
like
Glass.
years apart. Just years apart.
Glass was all right. I was expecting a little bit more, but it was all right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah, so we're on 4.
This one's for you. Pinocchio 964.
I knew this was gonna come up. You son of a bitch. That movie's good.
Trash movie ever, and I love Asian Japanese movies.
It is
like,
Japanese cyberpunk.
Movie. Okay, well,
and it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's the only movie that makes sense when you're on cough medicine.
Doesn't even make sense then. Really?
That didn't. It made sense to me. Oh God. But I knew that was gonna happen. No, he hated this movie when we watched it because I remember I bought it from Best Buy and then we watched it and
I was just very upset.
And then because it's really it's super avant-garde for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
No fucking reason, and I just love it because
he's like a sex android that was like thrown out to the trash because he sucked at his job or they were done with him or something.
Yeah, he sucked at his job, and then this homeless girl I guess picks him up, and then they have all these random crazy sequences. Like there's one where they're throwing up
and then
and then throwing up not even normal throw up rice or something.
It looked like oatmeal.
Yeah, and they're doing
oatmeal.
They're doing it in the middle of a subway station, and then they go back to wherever she lives, and they're I don't know. There's weird colors painting on each other, and then by the end of the movie, it's just fucking weird. It's weird. I can't even really describe it. It's like if you ever seen what was it, Tetsuo? Remember that one?
Yeah, Tetsuo Iron Man.
Yeah.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, Tetsuo. There's Bullet Man and things like that.
Yeah, I saw Bullet. I actually watched Bullet Man by myself without you, and I don't know why I did that either. I would throw Tetsuo on this list too, but I'll reserve it for something else.
How about you just throw in all Japanese cyberpunk in there?
I hate Japanese cyberpunk.
Well, the avant-garde weird shit. I don't know if there's actual cyberpunk that makes sense, but Anyway, so okay,
That
so
shit was
that's your two all of shitty Japanese cyberpunk.
yeah. Let's see. 3 movie that I can't stand. I don't know. You name one. Have you done this yet?
Yeah, I have. Actually, you might
Yeah.
agree with me on this. I don't know if you do or not. One of mine was It Comes at Night.
I unfortunately don't agree with you, and I enjoyed that movie.
I hated that, and I think I went to go see it with you in theaters, right?
Did we see that? No, I watched that so when I did
Okay, so I don't know who I saw it with, but I went
Okay.
to see it in theaters, and it was fucking terrible to me. I
Yeah.
did not like it.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. But I also think a lot of people dislike that movie.
You know what it
I
was?
think
Because they
I'm one of
advertised
the
something
few.
different.
Yeah, there wasn't much going on in that.
They
I
made
feel
it
like-
seem more like not like it's gonna be a zombie movie, but they made it seem more action was going to happen.
Yeah, and there was nothing.
No, I was walking. I wanted to see like a zombie-ish kind of movie, and I got a character study movie, and I didn't want that.
Fair enough. That's a fair reason.
Yeah, and also I paid for it in theaters, so it pissed me off.
All right.
All right, so I think you're number 3, right? There's 3.
Can it not be something I hated, but something that I was actually disappointed by? That's
Yes,
gonna
one of
piss
mine
off
was-
a lot of people.
Yeah, no, one of mine was a disappointment on my list.
All right, so I do think it was a good movie.
So. Okay.
I'm gonna say that, but once again, it was a movie I waited years to watch. Didn't
Okay.
get into it, and biggest hyped up movie ever. Like everyone's best movie ever. You gotta see it. Nothing's better than blah blah blah. Fight Club.
Wow. Okay.
Fight Club. Just
Really?
it's a good movie, but it really didn't.
Well, what about it didn't you like?
There's one fight in it.
So you were mad that there was a lack of fights in
Yes.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
You know what?
Pretty
I
much.
want to be mad at you for that, but the movie is called Fight Club. So I really can't get mad at you for that. If you just look at the time, it's like, oh, look, this movie has a lot of fighting in it, clearly.
So listen, I'm trying to say it was a good movie. I think it's dope that they were just blowing up. Like the main goal is blow up, reset the credit, that and all that shit.
Yeah,
right?
no, it was anarchy and then
Just
to
complete
reset
anarchy.
humanity.
Yeah, that's dope. Let's do it. I'm about it.
Just wanted more fights, huh?
I really just
Wanted
wanted to see Jared Leto's face get punched in a few more times.
That's so hilarious to me that's why you don't like that movie.
I could be shallow, and it misled me.
I mean, I had the same gripe. Technically, what It Comes at Night, because guess what? Nothing ever fucking came at night either. So there we go.
Yeah, you're right. Damn, and you moved it up to 5. So let's see.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was gonna be quicker. Goddamn, you came in with that
Oh
Village.
no,
like,
yo,
fucking,
Village
like a-
has been like a pent up rage forever.
and I knew Pinocchio was definitely gonna come up.
Oh yeah, those two were very easy to throw out there. I'm not the biggest fan of your low budget slasher movies as much as I love horror. I'm trying to think of one that really I just thought was horrible, but
I mean, I really can't think of anything because I never really watched the '80s ones either. I'm more of the '90s, because there was a bunch in the '90s that I actually really enjoyed. Urban Legend, I liked.
Urban Legend wasn't bad. I only watched that once, I think. Also, never revisited it, but it was good. Oh, here we go. We got Titanic 2.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, this is Titanic 2.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we'll throw that on number 4.
What? Explain.
So, if I'm correct, they decided to make a celebratory ship and rename it after the Titanic,
Mm-hmm.
and was it haunted or something like that? It was something. It's just
No,
it was
just come on.
something
You gotta explain
I
this
gotta-
badness to me.
I
I'm
need to remember this right now.
I'm getting all perked up right now. 'Cause
So I just remember there was your typical blonde haired long guy, very obnoxious, typical character. Damn, why can't I remember more about this movie? It was supposed to be a horrible a horror movie, I believe. So it was for apparently the 100th anniversary of the original Titanic, and apparently a tsunami pushes a iceberg in the exact path of the ship and
Oh my
recreates
God.
the situation.
Oh my God, I have to see this movie.
Yeah. I watched it obviously a very long time ago
Yeah, yeah.
because I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, we'll throw it on there because
I can see you not liking that.
it
This
was
sounds like something I
very.
might enjoy.
I feel like it was something I could have like shot with a camcorder or
Oh,
something like that.
oh, that's bad. And they're doing a Titanic 2, and it's shot like that.
Yeah, it's not like a POV. No, I'm just saying like I
Oh,
feel
I was
like
about-
I could have shot
Okay,
something of
got
the
you.
same quality.
Oh, that's still terrible, though.
Like,
I mean, you can't take a high concept idea like that and shoot with something that shitty.
all right, number 5 actually. Even though I love the series, I'm gonna say it. Land of the Dead.
Oh, you dick.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna omit that one from
From the franchise?
from the franchise.
Damn, you don't like it that
because
much,
I
huh?
really.
So what about it don't you really like? Besides the fact, I know it's super campy and all
Alright,
that stuff, like you said
number
before.
one, it had a decent cast. I just hated the fact that they had like the carnival of like the zombies and everything, and they had like just like they turned it into kind of like a game. It was almost like a purge scenario. I felt like.
What do you mean?
I don't even know what I. So like
Like when they go out and get supplies and exterminate them, that kind of thing, or
no. Like, do you remember when they went? Like they went to some I forget what they went to. It was like a town, I guess, or like
yeah, they went to town to
maybe-
get supplies and stuff.
maybe like the ghetto of a town or something. But it almost looked like they had like
Oh, I
zombies
see
you
what
can
you're
like
saying.
shoot with like
I got you.
paintballs
No,
and
okay.
like
Yeah,
crap
I'm
like
stupid.
that.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I know what you're talking about now. Because actually, Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright are cameo zombies in there.
Were they the ones
They were
chained up?
Yeah, that was them.
Okay.
What you call it? But no, I get what you're saying. You know what the thing is? I like that because, like I said, I like campy movies. I just like campy movies. But like, George Romero's trying to say like, oh look, this is kind of like the dystopian like future of well, everything is debauchery, everything is
Yeah. And this is how like
We're-
humanity would react.
we're just trying to forget that there's zombies out there, so we're just gonna have carnival games and bullshit
Okay.
cage fights and whatever. You know what it is? It's something that should not have come out at when did that movie come out? Like 2000.
Very early 2000s. I
Either
think.
way, it was in the 2000s. That's something that
Maybe
would,
2003.
yeah, that's something that should have been in the like 1995, because that's like some shit that you'd see in like the Super Mario movie or something.
Yeah.
Like it's weird like that. I mean, but
And I hated how they learned.
why
They're
did you like
zombies,
that? I
man.
actually like that.
Nah, they're zombies, man. Like they're that's it. Like you're a zombie. Like you're not learning. Like
You're such a purist.
you're decaying. Like, and even come on, let's be real. Even when they did Diary of the Dead, when
Yeah.
they did Survival of the Dead. Where was that? Where was that factor of them learning? Well, all right, fair enough. Diary
Survival.
of the Dead. They were actually both Never mind. All right, they were both prequel movies.
Yeah. No.
They were because they happened at the same time of Night of the Living Dead. Because remember, the kids are filming and they're like, "What the hell is going on?"
Oh yeah. Which is actually weird because it's like it
it's
doesn't.
been it's made to fit present times.
Yeah. That's,
It
I
wasn't
gotcha.
shot like so. Night of the Living Dead was shot in 1968.
Yeah,
and,
it's weird though because that's still kind of canon, but it's not.
Know what is awesome
What?
about that? Like, I feel like not too many people think about this because especially it's like 2021 now. So, Night of the Living Dead came out in 1968.
Yeah.
The main actor was a black man who murders a white guy for being like an asshole in the movie, which is pretty awesome because I feel like they never thought about ever doing shit like that back then.
Oh no, back then that's like.
And
yeah,
like George
yeah.
Romero was like, "Fuck yeah, we're doing this."
But
And,
also
like,
at the end-
unfortunately, he did get
He gets
killed,
it.
and
But also that's
it
more.
symbolizes a little bit, kind of.
It's not so much like what you call it. I don't think because obviously it's not like the people saw through the crack of the window and saw it was a black dude. They just saw
They
something.
thought
there.
he was a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. But it also, it's just. I like the ending to that movie because it's just like there was never any hope. Like if you like got out of there and then like I said, it was just some guy that just said, "Oh shit, I saw something," and he just shoots.
Shot him. Yeah.
So it's like, I did like. I like that there is a level of hopelessness at the end of most of his movies because I love the ending of Diary of the Dead where she's just saying, you know, like obviously it's a little corny. It's like, who's the real monster, them or us, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I do like, you see like the hillbillies like shooting the zombies like off of like just hanging
they're
in
like,
the trees.
you know, they're like playing games with them and crap, and they're not, you know, it's still like, oh, fuck it, target practice.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
like,
go. It's like,
yeah, no, I enjoyed the episode. Land of the Dead, huh? That's your 5. All right,
because
all right,
I don't know, I can't think of anything else.
all right. I mean, it was a little hard for me too, but like I had, like I said, I had one disappointment. The rest I didn't like.
Maybe I need to rewatch it. I don't know, but like, I don't know.
No, it's
that
still
whole
just-
like
it's still just
RV
as
was
campy.
stupid as crap too, man. That like
Dead
super
Reckoning?
tech, man, fuck that crap. That shit was stupid. You got like all this badass technology when everything's like gone to shit.
Oh man, they probably scrapped it together. You know, get
I
some-
did enjoy, if I remember, the one cool factor was the kind of like the Walking Dead factor. Everyone's infected. Because remember, I think someone like hung themselves or like killed themselves in their
Oh yeah, you're
apartment
right,
room
you're right,
and
you're
they
right.
turned into a zombie.
Yep, you're right.
So they did have that factor where no matter how you died, I guess, you
Yeah,
still
you're still
became
gonna
a
turn.
zombie no
Yeah.
matter what. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anything else really.
Okay, so he never explains how the plague starts, right? I think wasn't there like something maybe about radiation at some point?
I think there was
There was a mention of like something radiation
in
or
the
something.
first movie. They talk about a meteor that like
Yeah.
passes over the planet, I believe, or something like
Okay.
that. And I think that's what you're supposed to be led to believe or whatnot. And then obviously in Dawn of the Dead, you have the priest who says when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk
yeah.
the earth and all that. So you have your religious factor in it as well if you want to play it from there. But you know.
All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, I don't agree with Land of the Dead, but it's whatever. Those are your lists. Maybe you should revisit Pinocchio 964.
That's not happening.
I mean, we could do that.
I'll watch no, not The Village. I was about to say I'll watch anything else on that list, but no, I'm not ever watching The Village.
All
again.
right, whatever. Fine. Anyway, so that was a small intro for Dylan, who's going to be the main movie reviewer on this podcast with me.
Yeet.
So that's going to wrap it up right now for this episode of the Gooned Up Nerds podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Oscar, and today I'm with
Dylan.
and we will see you guys next time.